I just want to like, shock them.
Yeah. All right, guys. Thank you guys for joining us. Tax City Live, episode 93. You guys know how we start this off. Follow us on all social media platforms, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, and Vero at Tax City Airsoft. We're doing all kinds of different stuff there, so make sure you're following us on all of those things. Today is our Speed QB edition, guys. So we have been in the past couple episodes talking to different teams. Today we have Murder Inc., Thermal, and LTD, the reigning champions, back-to-back champs. Yeah, so definitely we're going to have some fun today as well. But we're going to get into that conversation. At their expense. Yeah, you guys are in the hot seats now. But before we get into that, I do want to get you guys... we do want to get you guys some information about what's coming up. The next Speed QB event for practice is actually on September 30th, so you guys know. And then boot camp is this weekend, actually September 23rd. So that's kids between the ages of 10 and 16. You guys can come down and play, get some pizza, get some training in from other players that have been playing in the sport for quite a while. And then remember, guys, we started this month and going forward, every Wednesday is pistol shotgun only games with $10 or green gas or BB options for the day special. And Thursday is full force only games, no mixed open class games for the future here, guys. So make sure you guys are aware of that. If you are under 18 playing on Thursday, make sure you do have your
big boy pants.
Yeah, bring your big boy pants and also your parents' waiver as well, signed waiver.
Participation trophies on Thursdays.
Yeah, okay. And then our actual tournament for Speed QB, guys, is going to be October 14th.
Hey, you got it right this time.
I got it right this time. 24 teams are going in, guys. One team's walking away with the belt. $25 per person per team. Unlimited subs available. Must be paid up front. Registration is open till September 30th. I don't think we filled all the spots yet.
Yes, they're filled.
Oh, we are filled. So actually registration is closed, guys. So doesn't matter now that registration. You guys are filled.
If you didn't sign up, sucks to be you.
Sorry about that, but you are done, guys. So we've got our 24 teams filled and ready to go. But as far as October, we do want to let you guys know we got a couple events coming out. We've got October 6th is our Airsoft Expo here at Tax City. That is put on by a lot of different players in the sport here. Local
So we got
shops.
classic Army, Airsoft GI, Airsoft Extreme.
Airsoft Gateway.
I think Gateway.
Yeah, no, Gateway's on it. Yeah, Gateway's on it.
Elite Force.
Aries, LCT, PTS.
You're right.
AEX,
Lancer Tactical,
Airsoft Megastore, Airsoft Masters. A bunch of guys are coming in. $5 only. You guys are guaranteed.
And they're going to be making sales at all the vendor tents.
So you guys can actually buy stuff.
Yeah, exactly. They're not just showing you stuff you can't
crazy deals, crazy things, raffles, giveaways, all kinds of stuff for you guys to come down and have a lot of fun.
To bring new players for the first time for $5.
Only $5, guys. Definitely a fun time for everyone to have. October 13th, because I knocked that off. Yeah, October 13th is going to be our OC K9 Association fundraiser. We're going to have a booth out at Glover Stadium in Anaheim. So definitely go and check that out, guys. Should be a lot of fun. We were there last year.
About 1,000 people.
1,000 people show up. Yeah. It's for a good cause. We had a lot of fun last year doing it. So definitely we're going to have a lot of fun and some ways to maybe win some stuff out there and get some discounts, maybe some passes, some stuff
wheel
like
that we're spinning.
So definitely, guys, make sure you head out if you guys aren't playing Airsoft on that Saturday. October 20th, we are at Airsoft Con at our EVIC store out there in Alhambra. We are actually setting up a Nerf arena for you guys to shoot each other. 2v2, 1v1, little mini Speed QB with a center flag and some bunkers.
We're having some of the Nerf rivals and also the Nerf Mega Blasters. Yep.
Can't bring your own Nerf gun, but we will provide all the Nerf guns. We've seen some of those crazy modified Nerf stuff out there for sure. Then
that Nerf went through my shirt.
Thumbtacks in the front of the Nerf dog. Metal BBs in front of the Nerf. Yeah. October 21st, that following Sunday, is our kids boot camp as well. So that's our October edition. And then October 27th, we are giving you guys a small little sneak peek, but that is our Halloween event we'll be running. We're going to be running 2 different sessions, one in the morning for a little bit more kid-friendly crowd, one in the evening for a little bit more adult crowd. So if you guys have kids 6 and up, you guys are going to have some fun shooting some zombies.
We're going to have airsoft in the middle of the day.
Yeah, regular airsoft in the middle, and then in the evening, we're going to have some zombies with a little bit more scariness to them, I guess, is one way to put it.
So it's kind of like Scooby-Doo scary in the morning and Walking Dead at night.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. So, all right, guys, we are into the main topic. That's all we got to do for housekeeping.
We're going to talk milsim today, guys.
I mean, you've been sniping everywhere, so I mean, I guess you guys, and then you guys do the Lion Claws tactical challenge all the time. So I mean, we could talk milsim. You guys, I mean, sorry, but but yeah. But Speed QB, topic of the month. We've been talking to all the teams out here. Get started. We want to just kind of know background as well. Let's start. David, you've got the mic here. How long have you been playing Airsoft, and what got you into it?
I've been playing for about 15 years now. Yeah, about 15 years. It all started with the Big 5 Springer. Saw the ad in the paper. I was like, man, that looks cool. It was like $20. Went down, bought it. Had a blast.
Is Big 5 even around still?
They're still around.
They're still around. They still got all airsoft guns in there, too.
Yeah. And then,
we actually... They got some AGs, some clear ones. We thought about making a troll weapon with it. Like putting a Polar Star in there or something. Yeah.
Yeah, and then it just spread like wildfire. All my friends started buying them. Then I upgraded the gas gun and started whooping on everybody.
And then they had to get the gas gun.
It's ripple effect. So that's how that started. And then who remembers Jungle Toy?
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah. That's where I got my first AEG. And then, then just upgraded to AEX.
Downhill ever since. Right?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. So, about you guys?
Manny? The tech department's right here, buddy.
I've been airsofting for 9 years, something like that. I got into airsoft kind of by accident. In college, I had a buddy who had a Springer, and he'd always pop everybody with a Springer. So then one day I went to the mall to look for a Springer and found out they had gas blowbacks. Whoa. So that blew my mind, and from then on, I was all about airsoft.
Cool.
Oh, that's the Instagram's a little different because of the microphones that are over there.
It's on Facebook.
Oh, that's on Facebook. Yeah. I can actually adjust your guys' microphone. That'd actually be easy. So, no worries, we'll adjust you guys up.
And you guys play paintball?
No, I've never touched paintball. No, you know what? I wanted to get into paintball. To be honest, I didn't find it as welcoming, so I never really got into it.
I got you.
That's
interesting.
And then Josh, you're pretty young looking here. So how long have you been playing?
Tell me 15 years you've been playing.
Yeah.
Actually, I've been playing for around 10 years.
Wow. Okay.
Wow.
I started when I was around 7, and one of my friends, he bought some Springer guns, and we'd play like in the backyard and stuff. And we went out to like this like remote place in the woods, and we'd play, and like we'd go to Joshua Tree and play and stuff like that. And then his brother actually bought like a Tokyo Marui Desert Eagle, and I was like, oh, I didn't know these things existed. And then it just took off from there. That's when I started like wanting to build up my guns and all of that stuff. And then my first gas blowback gun was a KWA, and I thought that was super cool. And yeah, that's pretty much how I got into airsoft.
Nice.
And last but not least, how long have you been playing airsoft? But you started paintball, right?
No, I started airsoft.
You started airsoft first,
Yeah.
and then got into paintball then.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
So I started airsoft about 9 years ago, and I started off with like, remember the Crossman, like little mini PDW with the pistol package?
Yeah.
I started off with that.
The
And
little
then-
AEG, right?
No,
Or
little
the Springer ones.
yeah.
Okay.
And then
Yeah.
after that, went and got like a KBA Mac 11 and that thing, which is my favorite gun. I played with it for 2 years, and then started playing with friends, started keep on rolling, and now we're just like playing with. Well, now we're playing like here and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it's been same old, same old.
So that's interesting. You went from airsoft to paintball. Usually it's not this the other way around.
Well, I had a friend that kind of got me into it, and then I didn't want to start low, so he ended up telling me to go with a certain gun. And I ended up just going with that. Played for now probably about 3 or 4 years.
Do you still play paintball?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just kind of balance between airsoft, paintball, and school and stuff like that.
Do you see the similarities? Well, I guess it depends on what style of paintball you play. But if it's similar to, like, say, arena ball or whatever, do you see a lot of the similarities with SpeedQB?
I do see like similarities and stuff like that, like the snap shooting and all that. And also, communication is always going to be key for and whenever you're playing that style format and everything.
Right.
So you see a few things that are like the same, and a few things are different though. So.
Okay, cool.
So most of you guys probably all started with either cross-draw vests or milsim loadout or something along that line, right? we all started it. We wanted to be the GI Joe looking kind of thing, but
a movie or video
so,
game.
yeah,
right?
from a video, me exactly. But Speed QB is a whole different beast in itself. What got you to kind of get that direction and go the route you guys are now like focusing hardcore on? I mean, you guys are running more paintball jersey style kind of stuff, more low key, low drag kind of things, not the full loadout. And so, what
Less
gets you
tactical,
into a little less tactical with some of that stuff? So, what got you to go that route? What got you into the Speed QB style?
Well, I started off with like paintball, so I was already doing like a little bit like just minor speedball stuff, like going to play tournaments like D5 with friends, and then we just looking at playing Speed QB and decided just to get into it because it looks almost the same and everything, and it honestly it's pretty fun. It's just like going to the gym. So, and then you got downtown Fullerton right here, so you go get ramen after or something.
That's what we're doing tonight.
Yeah.
So, what made me want to get into like a more faster paced game is I enjoy personally playing more high pace, faster games. Because I actually started off with Milsim because I liked all of that. Because I'd play all the Battlefield games and stuff like that.
You've seen the videos online and go, oh, that looks so cool.
Yeah,
I want to go.
yeah.
Then you realize it's walking for hours, and then it's not what it. Yeah. So I mean, if you like
Hydration
being
packs.
patient, it's a cool thing. Don't get me wrong, I love it, but I like both styles, kind of thing. But yeah. Fast paced.
Yeah. So like, I had real cries at one point, and that was very expensive.
Yeah.
And I grew out of them, and then I was like, do I really want to get back into like Milsim and stuff like that? And then that's when I met the Gateway guys, and then we eventually started a team, Thermal, and then it just took off from there. We started playing Speed QB. They got me more into paintball because I started off. I had like a Tippmann 98 when I first started.
Wow, yeah.
When I first started playing Airsoft, and we'd still go out to the desert and play that paintball, and then. I stopped playing paintball because all my friends were playing Airsoft, and we'd go to like HSP and stuff like that, and we'd play over there. And then when I met the Gateway guys, we started getting more into the tournaments and the competitive side of Airsoft, and that's where we are now.
Cool.
So you guys holding the belt 2 years now. How'd you guys get into the whole Speed QB kind of style of Airsoft?
Well, if you count the years before Speed QB, there was also a 5-man tournament. So that really kind of bled us into the Speed QB realm. But really, it's just the competitiveness of the sport, and it was kind of like finally, like we have something where we can gauge ourselves. We can
just dressing up and
playing public all the time.
shooting
This was a
targets,
little bit more organized. We can see a little bit more caliber of players, all in the same vicinity at one point, versus I can either go to the public and I'm either going to get really good players or I'm either going to get
crapshoot.
newbies. And nothing wrong with either one of them, but, sometimes you just want to...
You want the challenge sometimes.
You want the challenge,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
Your skills aren't on full display.
Exactly.
Sometimes when you got to slow down for regular public play, it's kind of like, do I want to stay and play the whole day kind of thing. It's not as up to the par that I want to play.
Yeah,
be playing
and
at.
you don't
I
want,
get that.
and to be honest, sometimes you end up pissing off newcomers because, you sometimes have to dial it back, or, you're going too hard, and, sometimes it's not purpose.
Surrendering
and,
is kind of a tough issue if you're competitive.
Yeah. So there's just little things here and there, but it's all part of the sport. So you got to get people into it too. So
David, kind of the same answer there.
Yeah, I mean, it all started when we were playing all together. We all were on different teams before, and we kind of just would play hard, kind of get in trouble a lot. People didn't understand. That was back then when people didn't know if they wanted to play competitively or if they were just playing for fun. So it was kind of confusing for us. We just kind of stuck to it. That's what we like to do. Kind of started meeting up with other teams, kind of hunting out other teams. Just
Thought the same way, right?
Yeah. And then eventually we came across SYG. They had the same mindset we did, and we did a lot of private games with them behind the scenes. Played on Sundays. That's kind of how it kind of started, and then it just took off from there. Then we just started doing like the team challenges back at Tac City North. And we'd call it Yeah. Rest in peace. We used to call out teams weekly and then just play throughout the night, and that was actually a lot of fun back then. And then here we are now.
Yeah, because for years I was banging the drum about where's the competitiveness, where's the you guys think you're good and you dress the same way and this and that whatever, but how do you, like you were saying, how do you know how good you really are until it's like really going head to head? And there's a few times where we tried tournaments but just not enough turnout, or it seemed like most of the airsofters just didn't want to compete. They just want to like reenact. And I think Speed QB became it would start pulling paintball players.
I think that's kind of the problem with airsoft is it's always been like, it's never been really competitive. It's always been like
Off the
LARPing.
gear and how you
Let's play
look.
pretend.
It's all LARPing, yeah.
Let's go pick a side. We're
Yeah.
gonna be this country. We're gonna fight each other.
We're gonna play it out. We're gonna have fun. We're gonna
And then, oh no, you guys are pushing too hard. Okay, airdrop and I'll start over here, kind of
yeah,
thing.
and it is what it is.
yeah.
There's no real competitiveness.
Because
to
in
it.
the end, like I mean, we've all been to an op of some sort, kind of thing, and in the end, you all walk off the field going, "Hey guys, let's have a barbecue together. Let's drink a beer. Let's have fun." And what we just talked about. Oh, did you see when so and so like threw this grenade and everyone scattered and all that? That's all fun, and it's all a fun thing. But Speed QB has that same
But
attitude.
you could do that in anything.
Yeah, and so Speed
what
QB
makes it-
definitely has that same attitude as
what
well.
makes it different is
the competitive.
the actual playing is intense,
yeah.
Well,
right? Because a lot of the ops are very low key. There's moments of some stress and tension, but for the
Points
most
are
part,
padded here. Points are padded there.
Yeah, but I always tell people
Nobody
if-
knows
if-
missions.
If you start learning airsoft outdoors, and then you come indoors. Let's say you played airsoft for 5 years, every weekend outdoors, milsim, whatever, and then also you venture indoors.
Mm-hmm.
It's like culture shock. You will be.
No, well, that's essentially my route, but it was the vice versa. It was
Right.
I played a lot of indoor for years,
But
years,
you can
years.
see going reverse. I think you can easily assimilate to the outdoor.
Yeah.
You might be more bored with it, but
You're
it's
a
not a
sniper.
challenge.
So it's a whole
It's not a
different
challenge,
kind
right?
of animal to get into, because you're sitting there patiently sometimes. Does that Speed QB like attitude, like I got to rush to this next thing and take?
No,
because
because it's kind of my break away from this.
okay. All right.
So
change of pace.
yeah.
And so, all right. As far as like future of the sport, like because I want to ask you guys before we get like into some of the more hardcore questions. But you guys have been playing it for a long time now. You are just getting started with it. You as well have this is your second tournament now for Murder Inc. Getting into, is this Thermal's first tournament or second tournament? Second tournament. Okay, so as far as what like you guys hope to see the next 5 years of what Speed QB can be and what tournament wise, like what are you guys hoping for? Do you guys, I know we see LTD has a younger team already and you guys are already training that next team there, but what do you guys hope to see in that near future of what Speed QB can become?
We want to see more competition outside of just here. I mean, yeah, we give credit to some of the guys around here, play pretty good, but it gets old. Play the same people. We've been playing the same people for years now.
New blood.
Yeah, I want some new teams. I want people to come down here. Or
Some people who think they can beat us.
yeah, people.
I don't have
People
the
who
list,
say they can beat you, but you haven't seen before. Yeah,
Yeah.
kind
but I think we have like 3 to 4 teams that are from out of state coming in.
Yeah, yeah.
signed
That's
up.
exciting for us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like that.
That's
I
that's
was
exciting.
excited
That's
about
exciting for all of us.
that. I think
for
one of
this
them's
sport,
out of
yeah.
country. I got to confirm, but
I know one guy is coming out of country.
Yeah.
But team-wise, I don't know.
I'm not sure. I know we've got 2 Atlanta, supposedly. I don't have the exact roster. And then 1 Oregon, at least right
I
now,
think flips off from Japan's coming
is
out.
just the single guys coming down.
single
Okay,
person.
all right.
I think there's Cy Kappa's team
Yeah.
from Georgia.
SS Airsoft, Georgia, yeah.
I think Streamline's coming back down.
From
think so,
Oregon, yeah, they should be coming down.
Yeah.
And then there's another Atlanta team. They were actually here for one
Regular play.
What was it? The tournament? Not the tournament. The op that was at Hollywood Sports Park.
Oh yeah, I seen some posts. I forgot
Yeah,
the name,
I
but
believe
yeah,
that they're the team that's coming down as the second team.
Yeah.
Sorry if you guys are watching it. I
that's
forgot the
exciting,
name.
right? New
Yeah.
new blood, new teams.
yeah. All these teams that we see all over Instagram, you're like, man, it'd be awesome to play against
Let's
them.
see how good they really are.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I mean, I see a lot of videos, but hey, you can edit, but you can edit a video.
Right?
I mean,
Exactly.
yeah.
Yeah.
I edit mine all the time.
Are they a big fish in a small pond, or hey, maybe they are a big fish?
Yeah. I mean, we see some of the videos. We see some of these dudes punking little kids. Like, okay, let's see how it is when we come over here, you know, or
We're
we
not
go
little
over
kids,
there.
right?
So, But yeah, that's the main thing is we want to play new teams. Honestly, like it's just refreshing and kind of.
I mean, we're seeing new teams coming out of here locally too, but it's good to see more established teams from other states and come in. Let's see where everybody stands, right?
And it's also too with us. Like obviously, like we want to know where we stand too. Like
Sure.
we're where we are here, but who's to say we're the same anywhere else? Or
Or are you still hungry enough? You may think you're hungry enough, but you still got to measure yourself. You still have to be battle tested to stay sharp.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Right. So, and if you're punking people left and right, and there's no challenge, it's very easily to get caught off guard by somebody from out of town.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's kind of exciting, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we love a challenge. It's exciting for us. Gives us a chance to kind of think and just play around with things a little bit.
Right.
So, yeah.
Press it in. Josh, you're kind of younger to this whole crowd here. So,
Yeah.
like, what do you see? Because, I mean, Manny, I over 30?
I'm 33.
33, okay. So, I mean, you're 17.
Mhm.
So, I mean, there's a huge difference there. I mean, we might be at the end of our career in a sense.
It's gone through my mind many times.
It's definitely, I
Many
mean,
times.
like, I'm looking at it from the sense I'm like,
relying on purely skill right now.
Yeah.
Not speed.
but for someone
Speed QB now.
like you, Josh, because you are younger, you are kind of this next generation of speed QB. You have a good amount of years still ahead of you. What do you hope to see out of the future of this?
I hope to see the sport get bigger. I think it's really good that like the teams from out of state and people from out of country are coming down to play against us. I mean, it's really cool. And I like new challenges, and I really hope that the sport. I really hope that like the sport. I hope that the sport lasts a long time and doesn't just die down like paintball did. It's really fun, and I really enjoy the sport. I love playing with friends. I just like coming out here, competition, meeting new people, meeting new friends, and just having fun. That's what the sport's about, and I want to play this game in the future, and I just don't want to see it die.
Yeah, cool. James, now you take a little different approach as well, being a little bit older. You're kind of middle ground, right? You're mid-20s?
I'm only 19.
Oh, gee. It's
Way
the
to go.
beard,
Yeah.
dude. I totally thought you...
Yeah.
All right, well, fair enough. You've
Yeah.
still got plenty of time in your career as well.
But the beauty of it is when once he shaves, he just got younger. He's got it in his back pocket, right?
So, definitely got me on that one, but...
Way to go, Derek.
Yeah, seriously. Egg
Like
on
saying
my
it's
face.
like going to a woman. When's the baby due?
Yeah.
I'm not pregnant.
But so you're in the same ballpark then. So what's your hope for the future of this sport?
I just want to see it more just kind of grow. Same with like what Josh said, man. I see it kind of still growing and everything, but it more comes back onto like the older, more experienced players to help the younger ones kind of grow into this like newer style of play, and they can feel more accustomed to it. And then but mainly a lot of the same thing that what Josh said. So
You work a retail counter at another airsoft shop, so you get a lot of people coming in. What do you see the people coming in looking for? Are they looking more for the milsim side of things, or are you getting a lot of people coming in looking at the speed QB side of things?
well, we get kind of like a mix. We do
Okay.
get like the outdoor style play. Like you get the people who want to do milsim, you get the walk-ons who don't want to go play like SC Village or HSP. And then you get the people who are just strictly only indoors, or people who just go mix it up all like during the time. So it's kind of like a wide variety of people that come in. But a lot of people do like indoors, and people who do play indoors, they always they always want to stay indoors, because going outdoors is always kind of a drive, like if you're around this area. So
What kind of tips do you guys have? Not giving away any of your kind of stuff or anything along that line, but like for people wanting to get into the sport and going towards the speed QB route, what do you recommend? What do you like kind of advice going forward with that?
you always want to try new things. So it's like if you've never done the tournament or anything or practice, go out and try it, because it's something new you never tried. So you always can't give your opinion unless you tried it.
Like with what James said, try new things. Just try new things, go different places, try different field layouts and stuff like that, and yeah.
So I want to ask all you guys this question too. So how many people you have on your roster, and do you have more than one team or just one?
Right now we have around 8 on our roster, so we're only gonna have enough for one team
Okay.
and a few subs. That's if everyone can make it. But at the moment we do have a full squad, and we're ready to play.
What about Murder Inc.?
We got anywhere like 10 to like 15, just
Okay.
floating, depending on like who's a free and stuff like that.
Okay.
So, but we'll have 2 squads playing.
Awesome. Okay. Roughly, you mean?
30 something.
33.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's
33.
30 something. I know
You
that.
have 33?
You guys
33, yeah.
checked your Wikipedia before I came in, and
I wouldn't call them all active.
No,
okay,
no,
that's what I
no.
was gonna say,
Yeah.
but
It was 33. We have active, maybe about close to 15.
that's good.
Yeah,
That's
15.
solid.
Yeah,
so you guys are running with the same
2 teams,
young
yeah.
squad
We-
and the older
Yeah,
squad.
correct. Yeah.
Yeah. Are we still calling them minors, or are you guys actually just LTD 1 and 2?
They're still the minors.
Okay,
Yeah,
all right.
we ditched that whole program that we had.
Okay.
We don't take no kids under our wing unless you're family.
Okay.
But yeah, we let them run with whatever they want. They like that name because it kind of gives them their own individual personality.
Okay. Cool.
But whatever, it doesn't matter.
You know, you were talking about experience, like the difference between, like, say, Manny, and it's interesting because the things that they learned early on, like what worked and didn't work, and certain skill sets, indirectly, these guys, whether they're seeing it done to them or they witness it, they're learning those skill sets. They're learning upon your losses and your wins, right? What's working doesn't work, and then they build upon that, so they get a jump ahead of the next generation and so forth, right?
Well, it's
So-
that whole like standing on shoulders of the giants before you. kinda.
Right.
I know I'm butchering that quote, but it's along that line. Yeah.
and that's what's kind of cool about it, is like they're doing things that you guys didn't figure out till later on in the game, but now they're witnessing it and applying it most of the cases, right? But with that said, there's still, as they say, what do they say? The master doesn't teach the student everything, right?
Yeah.
There's certain
Yeah,
things that
you
you
have to
can't.
learn, yeah.
There's
Once
like
the
little
student becomes the
subtleties
teacher
that are
kinda
very
thing,
hard
yeah.
to pick up on until you get
It's
deeper.
hard. A lot of people ask us for like, tips and stuff like that, but it's kind of hard for us because we don't want to give everything
Sure.
out. So we try the best we can to kind of help the community and make better players. But to be honest, the best way to do it is to play people better than you.
Sure. Fail, get beat.
I think one
Exactly.
of the biggest things you guys have going for you is your team chemistry. Like, you can see it on the field. We see it in our broadcast when we're doing the streams for you guys. We can see that you guys don't have to communicate 100% to know
Yeah.
where your team's at. Yeah. We see that play, and there's that. We make the comments between experienced players and some of the beginner players, but on that whole thing, you guys mention it a lot of times with me, is that like the team's like a family. Like, how do you build that team chemistry? Because I know we have teams that come in and they're gone in 6 months. We have teams that like, and so
a big
what's
part I
that
think
for you guys
is we don't just put people on our team. It's kind of a long
You don't just
process.
fill the roster, right?
Yeah. We don't just, hey, can I join? Sure, yeah, come. There's a lot of times where we'll actually get people who are kind of fed up with the wait of trying to get on the team, and for us, that's kind of like, all right, well then you obviously
aren't worthy
Sure.
kind of thing.
you didn't want to, you wanted to go somewhere else. So
Gotta
that's
put that
kind of the
time and
things we
effort.
watch out for.
Okay.
How much the person really wants to be on the team, how much work they're willing to put in.
It's not they, if like, are they
it
just doing it
backfires
for the
every now and
clout,
then.
or are they doing it for the actual
Exactly.
like family
Exactly.
team kind of situation?
Exactly.
Sway with the win. And it's like, I'm just gonna, I'm gonna jump ship right away and go over here. And I go,
Yeah, yeah.
team to team.
And I think some of the problems with other teams is they kind of, and I'm not speaking this is exactly what teams do, but I feel like sometimes teams just bring specific individual players on
To get attention.
to either get attention, to maybe beat us, to
Could be. I mean, it could
move
I mean,
up their team.
It could be legitimate. Like they're just trying.
They see
maybe
it-
a little
for-
desperation.
a little desperation. You say, damn. That guy.
That's the missing
That
piece
guy
that-
just swept this whole team. Let me ask him if he can be on it.
That's what's going to take to beat LTD.
You don't know what
or
that
whatever,
person
right?
is.
Yeah.
So
But we talked about chemistry, right? That is like the holy grail, right? It's granted you guys have talented guys, but we alluded to the broadcast. Yes, that's great, but it's the chemistry that's the key to that. Like I've been on all-star teams where man for man, you could have one guy left on the field. He can do a 3-on-1 any day of the week. But if all these all-stars are not communicating on any situation, like 10 lone wolves doesn't do any good.
Selfish kills.
The
So you
individuality
have- so
will
you
kill
have
you.
skill
Will kill a
with
team.
chemistry. That's a deadly combination, right? And chemistry has to do with communication, knowing how the other guy thinks. Because
If you're focused on your own footage, your team's gonna lose.
yeah. How often do I mention
Don't
lone
work
wolf?
for the footage.
Wolves in this style, and it's so easy to get caught up in that, where we see disconnects from one guy sees an opening, and yeah, maybe it's the right move, and he sees it's the correct move, but it's not in tandem with somebody else, or somebody else is not feeding off of that or playing off of it, right? So often when we're watching your games, and again, you guys aren't 100%, but
Yeah.
more times than not, and definitely more than other teams.
Yeah. Yeah. Right.
Like especially the front back player dynamic, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's never like one guy just goes by himself and the other guy stays in the back and
Yeah.
shoots guys. It's there. Those are the little things that almost can't be taught.
Yeah.
You almost have to sense it.
I think I could break it down a little more, but I won't because I think that little bit that you gave, I think is
enough.
good enough for.
I'm
I
not
get
giving
you.
away too much. Let me ask Josh over here. Your guys' team being around now 2 years, like are there players that have been there the whole time with you guys, or what are you guys doing to build that team chemistry?
Yeah, we still have original players, and one of our old players that we first started with just came back.
Okay.
And all of us, we all go to the same school, most of us.
Okay.
And we're still really good friends outside of Airsoft, and we hang out and stuff like that. And we just have really good chemistry, but we still need to get down, like, just moving on the field and communication and stuff like that, because sometimes they can't hear us and they're not speaking loud enough and stuff like that. And communication is one of, like, the most important things during a tournament, and we just need to get that down, and we should be pretty good. But we all hang out outside, and we have really good chemistry and stuff like that. So
It's good.
Good.
And it's always an ongoing thing. You're never 100% on chemistry all the time. It's always you always have to kind of nurture it, make sure again bringing different guys in. Does that mess it up? Is this guy the weak link to our it's constantly have to be protected.
And James, Murder Inc., I know most of you guys work at the shop, so that kind of creates a chemistry in
Yeah.
itself, but is there things that you guys do to kind of help build that chemistry between you guys?
Well, we're all friends and stuff, so we treat each other like brothers almost, and we all mess with each other or like go do stuff out of work and everything. And we honestly just kind of more of hang out a lot and just got each other's back. So we kind of in a sense like have like everyone like we know what one person would do like on the field or off the field or stuff like that.
Nice. So what do you guys want to talk about? I want to open the
Guys
floor
have
to you guys.
questions going
I know
on
you guys
Instagram
I
or
saw a couple questions come in here, a couple of things, but I know you guys maybe had some questions prepped or something that people were wanted to talk about, wanted to discuss. Let's get into it.
Let's take a look. We have a couple questions people were.
From the team, or just in general, overall community
matter.
wise?
Community.
Okay, cool.
So
Love
we
it.
Pull this up.
Any day now.
Do the
There we go. All right. Somebody said.
some of them are inappropriate.
Yeah.
I'm sure
people,
we
I
get
swear.
that all too.
Swear. All right.
Legitimate questions.
It's big.
How about-
Don't worry.
What weight BBs do you guys run? Sonny says 0.2 gram BBs. 0.25 gram BBs.
What? Sonny says? What do you mean?
What's Sonny?
Me?
Never mind.
2 5s.
Yeah, 2.5s.
2 5s.
I would say the vast majority of guys run 2.5s, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe 2.3s, I guess. Some, but there's rare. But
Maybe 2 O's in a rifle, but that.
Yeah.
if that's what they're saying that I said in the past, I probably have.
Yeah.
What do you guys do to train your gun skills?
That's pretty broad.
Yeah.
I mean, I know you guys
Pistol,
do
rifle,
real
shotgun?
still like actual courses and
What-
training.
Yeah.
And so, do you guys do any kind of real still stuff out there, courses
Maybe
stuff,
What
just
applies
real
to
still-
Speed QB?
Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah.
Anything that overlaps.
Same gun. Like we told before, muscle memory. Same gun.
Same gun.
Same gun. Quit using
know your tools.
Don't use 10 guns
Like
all
reloads
day.
probably.
Don't carry
So
stuff
don't
you
do
don't
what I
need.
do and bring like 10 guns to the field and just play
Yeah.
one round each gun. Okay,
Yeah.
so I'm doing it all wrong.
Yes, sir.
What a shock.
Yeah, right.
Take care of your tools.
Yes,
You know.
100%.
Sometimes I'll help out with Chrono at other places and some of these. What is this thing?
You got to go on battle with that. right?
It's a great gun, but then it's like it's not clean. It's not, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I mean, James, you're a tech over at your place.
Oh.
I'm a tech up here, so like the stuff that comes through, oh my god, like it nightmares sometimes of what's going on. But yeah.
And not to take away from business, but this stuff can be YouTubed. I mean, it's easy.
It's just laziness. Is
Yeah.
what it is, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Basic stuff, right?
Yeah. Exactly.
What else you got? Got anything else?
This one says, how... Let me word it correctly.
No ebonics.
Yeah. How was your team? Nope, that wasn't it either.
Any translation?
How long have we played together?
And how was your team formed? There we go.
Okay.
That's
How'd
as
we
close.
start?
Yeah. We all came from different teams. We were regulars like here and at Forge Airsoft, and that was in Gardena.
What teams have you? Different teams. That you
I
guys
was
played?
on this team called AWS. Manny, Figgy, and Vince came from MIA.
Edwin.
Oh, and Edwin came
Oh,
from
yeah, that's
MIA.
right. Jeez.
Other original players, DJ Aaron and Pogi, both came from AWS with me. And then we had Tristan and Dylan come from Cloud9. If you guys remember
I
Cloud9.
remember that.
Yeah.
Jeez.
So we played with each other a lot on the field. You know, we started running together. A lot of our teams weren't active. We were the only active members. We were just like, what's the point? Like, let's just make our own team. Did
'Cause
that.
We get. I'm sure you guys get a lot of these questions too. We get questions like, "How do I get on a team?" Right?
Yeah.
It's always that big question, and you kind of hit on it. It's kind of an organic thing. You play often enough that same style. You come across the same guys that play that similar style, and you realize whether you're going head to head all the time or side by side, like, hey, we're the same. Let's do something, right?
Yeah.
That's kind of how it happens
Yeah.
usually.
Exactly, and that's how like the chemistry started. Like we didn't start by saying, "Let's make a team, let's recruit."
We're gonna have tryouts.
Yeah, you're good. Come over here, let's play. It's like no, we had fun together as friends. We realized, hey, like we were always.
teams were kind of dying out.
Yep.
They needed a home, right?
Yeah, we hung out every time we went to go play. Like we just built a friendship and a family out of it.
Wu-Tang.
Yeah, and eventually became what it is now. You know, like how you mentioned chemistry. It's a big deal. Like you can't just put somebody on your team and expect them to have your back, or you can trust them, because I mean ultimately like that guy has got to save you and you got to save them. Without that, what's the point?
It's very much like in real steel, right? A lot of guys hit steel, ting, 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 ting. They're great, but you put them under stress, or some courses, right? They'll have you like run around, you push up, and then try to hit targets, and they can't hit the side of a barn, right? Stress, like so. Airsoft, you can play public and whatever, but some of these guys, like in a tournament, or when they're down, 2-on-3 or whatever, how are they going to react now? It's different if you 5-on-2, you got the 5 or whatever. But what happens if it's 3-on-2 or 3-on-1 or 2-on-1? And then how are they going to react, right?
Yep, exactly.
Stress.
Yeah.
So for you guys, Josh, how long have you guys been a team for thermal, and how did you guys get started then?
For thermal, we started thermal around 2 years ago, and I was pretty much the only person that played out of my friend group, and all my friends are really athletic because I was in football and stuff like that. So I pretty much just got a lot of athletic people together, and we started a team, and I got them into it. And now they're tricking out their guns and stuff like that. And they just have fun playing the game, and they have fun playing with people they get along with. And the chemistry between us is really good. And they really enjoy the sport, and they want to come out and play the sport more and stuff like that. But a lot of them don't have the time. Like
Sure.
our snake player at Jungle Ball, he's actually the starting running back at Villa Park High School.
Okay.
And so he really doesn't have a lot of time to come out and play. But today he was telling me, he's like, I just want to come out and play. He's like, I'm trying to get time off to play SpeedQB in October and stuff like that. And and then one of our other players, he's the starting running back at El Medina High School. And they really don't have a lot of time to get out and just play, even though they really want to.
So you guys went the athletic route. You went for athletes that you knew.
Mm-hmm.
It's cool.
Yeah. And then for like practicing and stuff like that, sometimes I run drills in my backyard, but I don't really do it more with airsoft guns. I do it with more of my paintball guns, because I don't know. I just like how it feels a little bit better, and yeah, that's
Cool.
Got a question for you that came in.
Uh-oh. Censor it.
All right. How are you going to keep track of individual player no calls for the tournament?
So the no calls, as we've talked before, it's the penalty, it's the major penalty. And originally, you guys remember this, we were doing the paintball style where we'd pull them out the minute we saw it, but it became more of a distraction to the rest of the players because you have so few players. One big distraction on a small field, it just creates too much chaos.
Yeah.
So we decided to go the route of after the fact. Unfortunately, sometimes the bad side of that is if you're your team is the victim of a no call, it might affect how you play as well. But you just got to play through it and hopefully bank on the fact that we saw it, right? And like I tell everybody, when we make the call, 9 times out of 10, it's the right call. Mm-hmm. But when we make a call, we're going to make the right call. Can't say we're going to see everything, that's just life in any sport, right? But when we make a call, you can almost bank on that it's the right call, right? Now,
I think the issue was, I know we had the issue, or seen the issue, was there were players, I don't know if it was the seeding tournament or actual tournament last year, where there was a couple people who were getting no calls, but they weren't getting marked, and they had so many no calls throughout the day where they should have been pulled halfway through the day.
So after the second one, they are done, and then the team plays without a player the rest of the tournament.
Okay, gotcha. So the whole rest of the day. So they're just a 4-man team. Gotcha. Okay.
Now, and another thing with this no call thing, we mentioned this before. It's such a heavy penalty that we see a lot of guys calling themselves out, even if it's possibly a ricochet, which I'd rather them do that than play on. But I venture to say that when we do have a no call, most of the time, because of that penalty, they're not feeling it or they're just running through. It's not like intentional because they're just so hyped up. Not saying it's an excuse, but most of the time, because they know that penalty's hanging there, they don't want to take that chance if they're aware of it at all. Which is kind of what we're trying to do. We're trying to make it such a heavy penalty that don't be that guy.
Yeah, absolutely. So then, what would be the purpose of having subs at that point? Because if you can't fill that spot,
it's just some guys like say you don't have any penalties and you have 5 guys. Some guys just want to rotate guys in.
That's true. That makes sense. Okay.
Or
well, let's say one of your guys' gun goes down right before you walk off. Switch them out with
we're taking other people's guns.
Fair enough. I mean, however you guys do it, but in one of those situations kind of thing.
It may not happen indoors, but maybe a physical injury as well.
Yeah.
We had who went down? It was Chef went down trying to go over the snake at the seeding tournament. Yeah. He might have been out the rest of the day. You guys have that sub. You guys get that sub.
And it has to be that morning has to have the names because we can't all of a sudden we have 7 spots and the 2 are unnamed and all of a sudden hey, could you get over here? We need to wait. Yeah, no ringers, stuff like that.
Gotcha. That's the only one that came in right now. Yeah.
And a lot of the rules as we're going here, I don't know if you guys know, they're very minimal right now. We cover the big stuff, but as we get deeper into the sport more and more, they're going to get very much fleshed out a little further because there's a lot of situations that haven't happened yet that I know are going to happen via the paintball route that I know it's going to happen. Guys are going to start pushing the envelope and trying this, that, whatever. Then we're going to I'd rather not come up with a rule before it happens to give them that idea yet, and want to try to keep it as simple as possible.
Practice, I heard I didn't witness it, but I heard there was a small hole. In the
yes.
plexiglass.
So yeah.
And people were trying to exploit that.
It doesn't actually fit. We actually tried to fit a BB. Doesn't actually fit. There are gaps underneath that we are definitely filling, and there won't be gaps underneath. And then I know we addressed the situation with the ref towers having shoot through underneath. Those are now closed off.
Right.
As
So
well.
when we brought to our attention, people are playing it instead of saying no, you can't, because it's kind of like some guys are doing something, whatever. We just whatever you can shoot through, you can shoot through at this point until we plug them up.
Yep.
But we knew going ahead that That's kind of chicken shit. But okay,
Yeah.
it's still playable. I mean, life is chicken shit sometimes, right? But
Figgy's to kind of get a little deeper into the question about the no call situation. He's asking, are the no call, like, are they going to be marked on the field by
Yes.
a ref,
yes,
or
on the wristbands.
of the game as the game ends, or by the ref of on the field? I don't know. If,
That would be the
but-
same.
So I'm guessing instead of it, like, you know how we usually call the teams up after a set, or are we going to do it after each game? Instead of the set?
So say the first game of the set, there's a no call. We're marking the guy's wristband.
Okay, and then that
Happens
so-
again, he's done.
Got it. Okay, clarification. Cool.
Yeah.
All right.
Actually, I had a suggestion too. Something that we noticed when you guys are up there on the tower and you guys are doing the live feed, you guys don't mention penalties, specific penalties on teams.
Yeah, because that's a good point, and we're looking to do that live because a lot of times the penalties are, for time's sake, we're just kind of like going through it. During the tournament, we probably will, but for the training days, because we weren't really focusing on the penalties. I know some of the teams after a few times they say, hey, we want all the penalties. Okay, we'll give you the penalties. During the tournament, we'll make as soon as we get that information, we will broadcast it.
What I'm also potentially working on
Maybe
is
put it on the screen?
actually giving our head ref a microphone that he can.
You can technically just give him flags.
Well, so we actually also thought about maybe doing the football route and having a yellow flag and a red flag fly out.
So because that would happen. Because let's say for a no call. So I was talking about earlier. You don't know if we caught that no call or not. You see like a red flag, you know, hey, oh shit.
There's something happen, and then instead of it being a distraction of pulling a player off, it's like you just see that
You don't
flag.
have to worry about that person.
Exactly. Just keep playing on.
I mean, it gives you a little more comfort while you're in it, right?
Yeah. So
the
we've
flag might, even if you, I'm not saying throw the flag directly at the person.
I mean, you may not.
Who had
I know.
no call,
Right, right.
But if you threw a red flag at the person who had no call, and that person saw it, he can be like, instead of the ref coming and pull him.
yeah.
But the bottom line is, if there's a red flag for a no call, it doesn't matter who it is.
Yeah.
It's our unless you're worried that somebody on your team is doing it.
Have you ever
It
seen-
tells you right now, one way or another, this game is already
Decided for.
decided for.
I think it's Airsoft in Taiwan where they have the flags
On the
on
poles?
giant poles and they're just reaching across the field and putting the flag in front of the people. Maybe we'll think of something. Yeah.
The big hook and just yank him out.
Yeah.
What is this, a game show?
So, what are your guys' thoughts on penalties as well? Like, is that something you guys are going into the game kind of worried about, or like, how do you counter that no call kind of situation?
For penalties, if we take any penalties, some of our guys, since they are really competitive, they get really angry.
Sure.
And sometimes I have to calm them down or kind of put them in their place just to get them to calm down. And since we don't have a lot of players, we don't have a lot of sub options to play different positions, and some of the positions that our players play, they can't physically get there as fast or stuff like that. And but with penalties, I was kind of thinking more about like what they said, like the paintball style, like having refs running onto the field and calling people out and stuff like that.
Yeah, and like I said, we tried that before early on. It created more havoc.
Mhm.
I mean, trust me.
Too small of a field.
Yeah, because usually you have a lot bigger space to do it.
Yeah.
But even then, if you can look at paintball videos left and right, and you can see like they're pulling a guy, he's going like this. Or originally, I think we were doing like 1-for-1s or 2-for-1s. So we're pulling a live player, just like in paintball. Like, what the hell am I getting pulled for? Like they're having an argument on the field.
Yeah.
Because the guy doesn't know what I wasn't anything wrong, but he doesn't realize he's getting pulled for a
For
penalty.
someone else on
So
the
it
other
creates too
side,
much
yeah.
confusion.
Yeah.
This game can end in 30 seconds.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah,
I just want to make it as clean as possible, not interfere with the flow is what I'm trying to go for, right?
But like they get really mad about the opposite team not calling their hits, and then we'll get called for a penalty of one of them not calling their hits, and I'm like, if you say you shot that guy, like you didn't call your hit, you got called for the penalty. Like you can't really be mad since did it also, and stuff like that, and you just gotta stay chill, just focus and just play.
Yeah, because like I was telling you, it's like we may not catch everything. No sport on the face of this earth will catch everything. That's not an excuse that we're going to try to catch everything, but when we do catch something, it's legit. That's what I'm trying to shoot for. And obviously for the tournament, as opposed to the training days, we're gonna have like 6 reps on the field. So training day is just to get the reps
Practice.
in. It's not
Yeah.
supposed to be like yeah.
As many as we can. There's a lot of
Yeah.
a lot of you teams out there. That's the tough part. Like it's
Yeah.
it's
So
one
right
of
now
those
our
things.
challenge, even the 24, I wanted to open it up to more teams.
People are adding.
Fake teams, and we
For practice, right?
we
They
are
won't be
trying
able, they won't be able to do that for the tournament. That's for
Yeah.
sure.
And
But-
as far as practice goes, we are trying to counter that the best we can, but it is one of those situations where not everyone can show up from one team, and so it is a tough thing. And I know for teams that have a full roster, it does make it difficult. We're trying to figure that out. Whether we have an amateur day and a little bit more advanced day, there's only so many days in the week for us as a field, so it does make it hard sometimes to go that route.
So I mean, the we talk about future of this sport, specifically speed QB.
I think it should be broken into bracket. There might not be enough teams yet.
No, but time too.
yeah.
Like literally, like do we go the paintball route where it's a 2-day tournament? I'm okay with that business wise, but at the same time, do we have enough teams to do it? Will teams sign up for? These are all things to think about because I easily think we could have got 32 teams. We just don't have the time to do it in a day. We're already. I mean, do you guys want to be here at 9 o'clock in the morning to 9 at night? Don't think so.
I mean, so it definitely changes.
I stay the night.
Yeah, but you're also walking like 90% of the time.
but the future of this, what I'm hoping for, and I'm actively looking, is that there's a location with that's all we do is speed QB. So now, and the size would be 2 full-size fields, just speed QB, AstroTurf, side-by-side fields, spectators in the middle that can look either way, that kind of thing.
My
right?
beautiful camera set up the way I want it.
That's what I'm kind of, but I'm
Champion banner.
I'm kind of
Come on.
murder E.
Yeah. Best team in Southern California. Best team in U.S. and
No, but
came from Tax City, and he doesn't even want to endorse it. Come on, get out of here.
wait a minute.
Now,
How often?
I told you I was gonna flip it.
Say how good they are.
Oh no, I always hear negative. I'm always the one saying good about.
Oh yeah, right.
I remember last week. I remember the mention
Right.
last week.
No,
To rig this game so we lose.
no. So no, but is that for the sport? It would be cool, right? That somebody challenged you guys.
To be honest, I
Be
feel
good.
like because of our caliber, we are kind of discouraging to people, to come. I hope I'm wrong. I really hope I'm wrong.
If they're super competitive, that wouldn't matter, right? But
Yeah. Exactly, and I think because of the lack of competitiveness within the sport, people were kind of, I guess, culture shocked by even our presence or a competitive presence.
we're not good enough. Why
You
bother?
know, so even us just calling teams out where they kind of took offense to that, because they're like, oh, I don't. Why do they want to play us? And you know what I mean? It's almost like we want to make you guys better too. You know what I
it's
mean?
just friendly competition, right? It's
Exactly.
like, yeah.
Basketball. You go to a basketball court. You know what I mean? And
There's levels of trash talk, but that's just friendly. Yeah, I want competition. We want you guys to
exactly.
push us.
And the thing with an airsoft, I feel like everybody feels like everybody's got to be friends. Everybody's got to, you know what I mean? And I believe in sportsmanship. Everybody can be good sports.
Yeah, for sure.
Good sportsmen. But
You don't have to
not
go to
everybody has to be friends. Not everybody has to be.
You don't have to go to the bar afterwards and hang out with.
You know what?
them.
It's very much like
it's
old
one of
school,
those
like
things.
NBA. I don't know if you like the old school, like maybe when the Lakers back in the '80s and '90s or whatnot, right? They wouldn't shake, they wouldn't like hug and what like nowadays in NBA before the start of the game, they're like hugging. Hey, how you doing?
Yeah.
No. It was like Boston Celtics versus Lakers, like they were like just like
It's rivals.
it's on,
Yeah.
right? Or like.
I think you get that more from the
Isaiah
fans now
Thomas
than
and
you
Magic
get from the
Johnson are
actual
like best
team.
friends, but when they played each other in the finals, they were all business.
Yeah.
It could be like that, right?
And that's kind of what I would like to see is just people breaking the ice of that competitiveness and getting into it. So
Yeah.
maybe once we start seeing a little bit more athletes come into the sport, that'll change.
Right.
But
Because like we talked about earlier, the airsofters, the Milsom or the older crowd, it was all about reenactment, the gear, and there was a competitive. Ooh, slow down. I don't know, right?
yeah, and some can say this is the same as paintball, but it's still slight. Paintball is a beast in its own. You know,
Mm-hmm.
the barricades are different. The cover is different.
The guns are different.
The guns are different.
shoot-
That you know
shooting
the
weights.
The attitude.
attitude. Yeah,
Right.
attitudes are the same. It just doesn't take athletics too. You know, you got to learn the skill within it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that gun, I definitely like muscle memory of that gun is a huge benefit to any player out there. And
they're accurate in a different way. So
exactly, yeah. And so, James, I didn't get a chance to hear from you. Going back a little bit to overall penalties and things like that. What is your team kind of worry about going into? What is your kind of guys' focus with that?
With our guys, we have a lot of paintballers, so kind of going from a bigger size ball to a smaller size and around the same velocity. Like some of them, they still wear arm pads and stuff, and they get hit in the arm pad, they don't feel it.
Right.
So we more tell them like don't wear arm pads or stuff like that, or just more get on them like, hey, you have to be on calling your hits and stuff like that, because
That's a good call, right?
you don't want to like basically
You
risk
don't want to
that.
lose a tournament because of a no call.
Yeah,
So it's
that-
not
Yeah.
about intent. A no call is not about intent, right? We're not talking you're a cheater. It's just whether it's a no call, it's a no call regardless of why.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we've seen plenty of like people who just no
Oh, yeah.
call blatantly, and we don't appreciate them on the field. But there are plenty of you guys out there that it hit a bag, it hit a dump pouch, and you were running in the
Yeah.
middle of a run and you couldn't hear it right or something.
It's
And so-
understandable, but it's not fair to the guy that shot you.
yeah.
in the beard.
Yeah. The beard.
That's a new one, yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, I guess if it grazes it perfectly, yeah, we wouldn't.
See
feel
BB
it, yeah.
stuck in his beard. It's like, look, yeah, see how many times I hit him?
Right there, yeah, it's glowing from a tracer unit. Yeah. But as I say tracer unit, what do you guys think about tracers being a mandatory situation for future of the sport?
Well, the thing is with tracers, like some people do like running them, some people don't. And with tracers, when you're shooting a lot or you shoot fast, you can see exactly where the BB comes, or even see if someone's shooting one shot. So you could tell where everybody's at on the field just by seeing people shoot tracers. But let's say people aren't shooting tracers, then it's like, okay, let's say if a guy's in a hard to get spot or a really small spot, you might not know that guy's ever there because you don't see any of this light coming from him at all.
Mm-hmm.
Like using flashlights.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it gives away, but as a thing for like the refs and the spectators, is it more of an easier penalty call, or is it a harder or is it
I
something
think
that we
it'd be
can
a
keep
lot
people
easier.
more honest with?
I think it'll be easier for no calls, but then it'll be harder to differentiate ricochets.
Okay. Yeah, it's a good thought.
Besides all that too, it's not every gun is
Right, and that's
tracer
the biggest
compatible.
thing right now.
That's what we are kind of in that.
Can't
what-
force
what
something
can-
that is not available.
Yeah, of course,
Well,
of course.
hold on. There's actually shotgun
Yeah, but-
tracers.
Not those homebrewed stuff.
Oh well, I'm saying.
Because then I'm gonna blame it, and you're like,
gun tech wants to talk.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
like, hold
yeah,
on, let
yeah.
me pull this out. Hold
Home
on.
Depot LEDs, and then it's gonna break on me, and you're like, you're out of the game.
Each ball's painted.
But besides that, like even pistols, like pistols are not tracer ready. It's very expensive to make one pistol ready, and even when you do add a tracer to your pistol, it's a lot of wear and tear on the actual system of
Yes.
the gun. So that's
Um,
something you got to take in
So
consideration.
and that's why we didn't go that route, but I wanted to throw that out there and just see where we were. We're just not ready yet.
Yeah, yeah.
But that,
the technology may catch up
Yeah.
to where you can run it in every gun and it's not a problem.
I think it will go that route. I don't know when though.
Before we're almost out of time, we've got getting pretty close.
How much time do we have left?
We
Because
got just about 3 to 5 minutes left, roughly.
I got
But,
giveaways.
You got giveaways. Oh, cool.
Yeah. Okay.
Cool. So, but real quick, I want to give everyone a shout. Let's give you guys on Instagram before it kills off. Though, do you want to give the giveaway on Facebook or Instagram?
Instagram's cutting off right now.
Instagram's gonna cut off probably like in 2 minutes, maybe.
So we'll do it on
that.
Facebook. So
On
ho-
Facebook.
Oh,
okay,
okay.
so before we go, for everyone on Instagram, how can they find out more about LTD and everything you guys are doing? What's your guys' social handles?
our most our most busy outlet that we go through is Instagram. So it's LTD_airsoft.
Cool. Josh.
For thermal, I'm probably actually going to be making a new Instagram soon since I lost the password. And yeah. But right now it's still thermal airsoft, all underscore, all undercase, all
Okay, there's a difference there. And Murder Inc. Where can they find more from you guys?
Mainly just all on Instagram. So just look up Murder Inc. on Instagram. You'll be able to find it.
Awesome, cool. So giveaway. In case we catch it on here, what do you guys? Tell us that. You guys got some like LTD? Like, are you guys giving away the belt this year? Maybe.
All right, we got murder mags.
Oh, nice.
We got 3 of them.
So how are these people going to win these murder mags?
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna just
Oh, we just lost sister. Okay.
we're gonna have
Instagram just ended, so bye
Facebook.
Instagram.
yeah. So hopefully everybody hopped
Everyone
on.
on Facebook, you guys get a chance. And they're gonna come see you guys, or are you guys gonna leave them with us to give them out to these guys?
We'll get them messages and then we'll
Okay,
go from
cool,
there.
cool. Awesome.
Okay, so or we'll message them directly. So we'll do this by questions. So we're gonna have questions, and the first one's to answer them.
Okay, so there's
We'll get it.
17 of you guys right now watching on Facebook. So you guys, first question from David.
All right, so let's see. The first one to answer this question, since all this is timestamped, will get 1 mag. So the first question is, who invented the AEG?
Like company
Company,
or
what
actual
company?
person? Okay,
Company.
company. So first person to come up with the answer to who invented the AEG. I really wanted to yell it out right now, but I'm like, wait, I can't win this.
And please, none of our teammates don't comment. Please don't.
Yeah, LTD teammates are off limits here.
All right, William Daly, he wins.
There you go.
Next question.
Kyle messed up. Too late. All right, so second one. Second one.
Question.
We'll say. Come on, think of. Oh, okay.
Will, I got to email you. I got an update for you.
Our
PR guy.
Our sponsor. Oh, these are courtesy of our sponsor too. There's-
Your sponsor.
Good thing you
What's
throw that out.
what's
Yeah,
the original address of Tech City? The original Tech City.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good
You
one.
guys know it? No.
You're like, Sonny, do you know?
Sonny knows it, right?
I'll check it.
Original address for
The first Tech City.
Tax City.
We'll give you a hint. Airsoft Playground.
Original address. We can even give you a city.
This is South El Monte. But,
South El- yeah,
they
South
had the
El Monte
address,
location.
They're all Google searching now.
Yeah, everyone.
They might be able. Yeah.
You go to the next one. We'll see
Yeah.
who answered it.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. And last question.
Last question is, okay, these are all courtesy of our sponsor, so shout out to Airsoft Gateway.
There you go.
Airsoft Gateway is a branch off of what company?
Oh, come on.
Hey, I gotta make these
Again,
easy.
I
If I
was
make this
really-
too hard.
I want to say it. Wait, hold on.
Yeah.
There you go. If you guys are watching,
Josh, you wanna chime in?
Josh is giving away, giving you guys a clue. All right, let's see. Who, did you not know the answer? I did not know. Great.
Gateway.
Well, I'm happy they're my sponsor and I have mags already.
Gateway. That sounds familiar.
Oh,
What sounds familiar? Gateway.
So Kyle won this time now. So the second question he won,
Kyle
but
got it first.
no one's answered the.
Check after. We'll
Yeah.
check after.
So we'll definitely verify everyone. So you guys will get
Should I give
messages
you the answer?
from
Should I give
LT.
you the answer?
Yeah.
When we cut off air, so first we got the question 1, question 3, but the last question, if you guys can get it on here, someone comment the original address for our first Tax City location.
Street address.
Street address. We guys gave you a clue of which one that was.
Should help you out
Let's
in your
see
Google search.
if you guys
South
can
of
figure
Monte.
that out. Yeah.
And if nobody figures it out while this is live, first one to send us a message on Instagram, timestamped, we'll see, and you will get it.
Cool.
All right.
Actually, I'll sweeten the deal since this is gonna be extra hard and no one's commented yet. I'll throw in one of our exclusive color orange sunburst TLR lenses with it.
Awesome.
Cool.
So only you guys run those ones?
Those exclusive color that Gateway is doing through us.
You can get them through us.
Oh, cool. Very cool, guys. So definitely, guys. Oh, CQB Russians jumping in here. I know.
Him.
He's sponsored by PTS, so he can't.
None of those-
But I definitely want to thank you guys for joining us here today. The conversation was awesome. David, Manny from LTD, thank you very much. Josh over there from Thermal. James, again, from Murder Inc. and Airsoft Gateway. Appreciate you guys coming down and talking Airsoft with us, talking Speed QB. But thank you guys for joining us on the live show. We will see you guys,
See you guys next
week.
month.
Yeah,
All right.
sure.